So a little bit differently here. I guess this is just a tip, or it's just going to be a video, whatever. I got asked a question about how important is conditioning and cardio, say, for strength athletes. And to me personally, I feel like it's a pretty solid part of your training. I feel like it's an equal part that you should be paying attention to. You know, I personally do a couple different things. I like HIIT training, so I like doing some conditioning circuits. That helps me feel like an athlete. I feel like I move better. I like doing some steady state cardio as well. It kind of knocks a little bit of the travel dust off of me, I find, and that's why I'm doing it. Now, what I'm doing is a lot of times is sitting on and hanging out on my spin bike. And believe me, this is brainless. Totally brainless cardio, and I like it. I can spin there and do 30 minutes, monitor my heart rate, stay around 120. Talked recently about this type of stuff with Kieran over at CSA. This is the gym Jesse Burdick's at. Kieran runs the fight side of it. He's also one of the owners. And conditioning wise, there's a lot of things you can do, but having your heart rate at, you know, the 120 to 130 range for about 30 minutes is really going to give you your best bang for your buck as far as endurance goes. Now, you wouldn't think as far as a thrower or an athlete that I need the endurance, but for me, competing is a long day. And I know most track and field athletes feel the same way. Strongman, you guys sure shit have it. And one of the keys isn't just the anaerobic capacity of being able to complete the event, whereas throwing, I really don't have to deal with that. But for the other ones, you do. Powerlifting, not so much. Powerlifting is going to be a bit more like throwing is, to where it's going to be a big outburst and then you have time to rest. So having some bit of cardio in you is going to allow your body, for at least for me, is to how much gain, how much I can gain back between events and be ready to compete again. When I'm resting, I can recover. And that's why I'm doing cardio. That's why I keep it going. There's some benefits of fat loss. I've never really seen any proof of that, as you can tell, but you know, it's about just being an athlete, and athletes are kind of ready, and you can, you know, learn how to recover and learn what works for your body. I use cardio for rehab as well, just to get the heart rate elevated, get blood moving. I like sweating. I like pushing fluid through my system. I drink a ton of water while I'm traveling, and just being able to get out of my truck, get on the spin bike, and not have to really think of anything makes a big difference for me as far as recovery and how well I'm able to come back from it and keep going. So, I mean, if you're having any issues, you're feeling beat up, day after a competition, do some light stuff. Just get the blood moving. Your lymphatic system needs to drain. Those type of things are going to be a lot better just doing some easy cardio. Now, as far as conditioning circuits, I do a ton of that. I like doing those, at least at the end of every workout, about 5 minutes, really nothing crazy, 5 or 10 minutes of really just kind of gassing out, whether that's going to be running the prowler. I can do sprints really effectively on the rowing machine and beat the shit out of myself. Mix that in with kettlebell swings or some light Olympic lifts, some CrossFit type WOD type stuff, but for me about the 5 minute range. I find really works best to where I'm not too gassed and I struggle to recover if I'm going to compete or throw or do any of those things later on. So that's what I've got going on, and think about it on the road. Hotels all have treadmills, and just, man, keep moving. The more I move, typically the better I feel, the better I'll compete. Me sitting still and sitting at my desk is what kills me, but that's part of my life. So I'm gonna combat that as much as I can in the free time I have. So check that out. Be healthy, be more awesome, and don't die. And click subscribe, like, share, do those things. It helps. And check out thehate.com. Cheers.